cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee.
It's been a very long day.
Yeah.
Again, remember, at this point, we are recording the night before.
We are.
And we could have made one that was called Cats Are Assholes.
Yeah, cats are being assholes right now.
But it has been one of these days.
It really has been.
And it's like, because today was the day that I was to have my astrology reading.
Yeah.
And this was planned 2 weeks. And it was almost like this. It was the forces of darkness. And I know exactly that's what it was.
Yeah, that is exactly what it was.
In various and sundry ways. And I thought, you ain't gonna beat me.
Nope. I mean, it messed with your recording, too.
It did. It was just, I had strangeness during the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was by Zoom. And it's like my cell phone wasn't set up for it really. And it's weird because on my cell phone, which most people use that for everything, I do not. I use the cell phone as a last resort on things like that because if I get any kind of incoming call or whatever, it screws up the connection.
Yeah.
And so it was a matter of, I did try to get the thing to work on the cell phone. It did not. So it was a matter of getting my laptop. Mm-hmm. And that worked really well. And it was a matter of recording the reading. Because this was one of those once-in-a-lifetime readings. I mean, seriously. Because it was a dot connector. When you get to a point that you just feel stuck and you're like, I don't understand any of this. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. And because that I do appreciate and respect Robert Phoenix. And this was an investment for me.
It was.
And it's like, I keep my laptop on the charger all the time because I just do. I'm not one of these, I don't normally carry it outside or whatever, but because that we don't usually smoke in the house, and I do smoke, I carried it outside, had one cigarette, came back in, it said my battery was low, and it just died.
I think you killed your battery. I think that's sort of what happened because it's like...
And I will tell you why. I tried it later and unplugged it and left it unplugged for the length of time. It was perfectly fine.
Do what?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is the forces of darkness right there.
So our house, because I did smoke in the house during the reading, and so it smells like hell. It'll take it about a week to air out.
Whom? To whom?
I don't like to walk into smoker homes. I really,
Omega?
If you're a smoker and you smoke in your home, that's fine. You do you.
Omega and I came back. We didn't even notice it.
I do because I used to smoke in the house years ago. Yeah, and then I quit, and it took me forever to get all that out of the house, and I thought never again.
You're also hypersensitive to smells.
I am. But I will tell you this investment and the reading and the information that Robert provided me was worth every penny to me. But at the end of it, he's like, go ahead and click off of record. And it wasn't recorded. And I'm like, it's okay. I now know what I needed to know. And I was all right with it. I mean, it would have been nice to have been able to go back and, because vast amount of information. Because this was a reading that was over 2 hours. And there are so many people out there, and he and I discussed this briefly. There are so many people that claim to be astrologers. And this is a skill It's not just a matter. You can go online and type in and get you a free zodiac chart or, astrology chart. That doesn't mean you can interpret it.
Right.
There's a lot of people that can sit there and go, oh, this is here and this is here and this is here. And they're talking out of their ass.
Yeah, they can do the bells and whistles, but it's the knowledge is not there.
No.
The gift is not there.
No. And he has the wisdom and the experience, and he has this amazing, humble spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it was worth every penny to me. And basically, it was a cosmic pat on the head and cookie going, it's okay. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yep.
And it was incredible because there were things that he didn't even have any clue about that came out through there. And that's one of the ways that this stuff is legit.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was talking about in the upcoming year and stuff like that. And he said, it's sort of like a ship that changes flags. And I told him, I said, our little, microscopic thing, video channel, whatever it is, this thing that we're doing, I said, we have for years had this running gag about it being a ghost pirate ship.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to find out, yes, indeed, within my soul, I was born goth. It's all there. Mm-hmm. Even the 11s and the 22s were in there, and he was able to explain all that. And he was able to connect the dots for me.
Okay.
And so it gave me peace.
I'm glad.
And it gave me encouragement to press forward, knowing that there are some smoother. That doesn't mean for everybody. That doesn't mean we don't have hard times coming.
No, but this is for you.
But as far as my personal, that there is smoother waters ahead, I needed that encouragement.
Where's that Lizzo song about damn time?
And it's like
you really need...
One phase was ending and a new one is going to begin soon. And it was a matter of that the cup being emptied. Mm-hmm. The thing is, you have to come with an empty cup, because if it's already full, there's no place to put anything new. So, like I said, it gave me the encouragement and the tenacity.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just, the forces of hell did not prevail against us.
Nope. They ain't hitting us. We divinely protected.
Well, that's true. But it is a matter of persevering. Mm-hmm. It is a matter of fighting through. And it's interesting because we talked about the Gandalf thing there a few cups back. And that has been a theme, a recurring theme.
It has.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is awesome.
I think it's awesome too. And there's a lot of people that's like, oh, it's all woo-woo and it's bullshit. And find you somebody that is qualified.
Yeah.
Find you somebody that has wisdom. Mm-hmm. Not just some random, whoever that read a book and thinks that they know how to do this shit. Reading a chart, oh my God, it's, yeah. It is very difficult, but you have to know how all the pieces fit.
Yeah, I mean, for beginners, you're basically looking at a foreign language.
It is. And it's, but it's just incredible. And it's like, he had on his live Sunday night stream, he was discussing as far as ethics amongst people in that are seers of any kind. Mm-hmm. And you have to have ethics. And there's so many people that they don't. And that's where a lot of them cross the line. And,
Yeah.
and Robert certainly does not. I trust him, or I wouldn't have gone to him. And I told him that. And if you see something on somebody that is the potential, if it's something negative, you can warn somebody to sit there and go, you might want to go to your doctor. But how many people will scare the hell out of somebody? Oh, well, I see this, and you've got this, and this. That's black magic.
It is.
That is doing harm. You've got a lot of people, it's like, oh, well, this is going to happen. Like I said, that's the same thing as these voodoo people.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And it's like, how many doctors do that to people? Same thing. It's speaking harm. It's speaking a curse over somebody. You don't do that.
No. No, you don't.
So you have to have, that is a moral code within the individual. And I will tell you this, if it's somebody that they are all full of themselves, all up their own ass, don't go there.
Nope.
Because somehow, some way, they'll make it about them, even though it's supposed to be about you.
Right.
People, and he and I were talking about this, people go to seers and astrologers and stuff when they are at a crossroads, when they are in crisis.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they need somebody to be able to discern something that they cannot. And there are those that are, I don't know if it's a matter of stupid, if it's a matter of evil or what, that will take advantage of people when they're at their weakest. And like I said, that includes doctors.
It certainly does.
There's a lot of professions that are a whole lot worse and more woo-woo than astrology ever dreamed of being.
Mm-hmm.
This is a study that is thousands of years old. And to honor that, and those who can do it and do it well, to provide comfort and peace and help to others. And for those people, it's like, oh, it's a bunch of evil. Let me tell you something. I have also heard people use scripture to bring a curse to somebody. We're not talking a rebuke or edify or somebody like that.
But to curse them.
Mm-hmm. That was just like somebody
That's demonic.
We had a friend that he had terminal cancer, and that somebody came to him and claimed that she was a prophet of God. Now, that's a very serious claim. You better, because there's some really serious side effects that comes from that. And had said that something that rebuked him and said that that God had told her that something other, basically he was going to hell because he smoked. And that she had had this vision of him being at the pearly gates, and that he wasn't able to enter in because he tripped over a cigarette. And I thought, she better be glad that I was not there.
Yeah.
And at least the man had enough sense to sit there and go, that is not so. That is not how God is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
God wouldn't do that to someone.
God don't kick you when you're down.
Nope.
The devil does that.
Mm-hmm. That was the devil that gave her that vision. That made her say that.
It was just like the devil, like I said, tried his hardest and everything to prevent this, me getting to talk to Robert. And it's all right, because perseverance.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do, and I'll leave a link to his website. He's working on a new one.
Yeah.
And the man it's worth his time in his study. And you know what? This is something I have found out over the years, and I found this out actually through art. If you don't put a high price on something, and he is very affordable. He is very affordable.
Mm.
People don't think they're getting a value. You can have,
You know, that is very true.
$500 on something like that when the elephant shat on the canvas or whatever it was, that they had some ridiculous amount. Or you can have somebody that has this amazing amount of talent, but they're not sure of themselves, and so they put $20 on it, and people will go and they will buy the elephant shit every time.
Yep. That's how it is. You being on the art world, on the internet, you see a lot of artists that do that. And there has been talk amongst people, like on YouTube, art YouTubers being like, you need to price your stuff at your worth.
Mm-hmm.
If you put this many hours into it, you need to charge based on that accordingly.
Mm-hmm. It's just like I've had
if you have this much talent, you charge based on that.
Sure. I've gone up to people and as far as a reading, and they wouldn't listen. But I could sit there with cards in front of me that did nothing. I laid them down, but they were telling me nothing, and charged them, and then the people would listen. Which I find that very strange. But I think it's one of those that it's that money, that exchange of energy, means that they are more willing to be receptive to the information. It's odd. Because they feel like they have a vested interest in it then.
Yeah. They want to make sure that they have their money. And part of it is the facade, also the show of it.
Uh-huh.
So...
And that's okay.
They want the show, but they also want accuracy.
Sure. And people say it's like they want something for nothing, but no, they don't. Because if you give them the something and they pay nothing, they view it as having no value. Mm-hmm. Humans are odd.
Yeah.
Humans are really, really odd.
Yeah.
And the psychology of that. But if you are at a crossroads or whatever, and you pray about this, any of this stuff, I've prayed about this for years. And if it's a matter that he created the sun, the moon, and the stars for times and seasons, he gives people talent. The Magi were astrologers. They were not astronomers. They saw the star. They knew what it meant. Mm-hmm. So as far as these people telling that it's evil, tell them to look at their own hearts.
Yeah.
I think there's things that have been very misinterpreted over the years. But
so too.
Like I said, I will put Robert's web address there, and you can go through. And if you have, I would urge anybody, if you're thinking about getting any kind of a reading or something like that, and he's got different readings that you can get. Yeah, I trust him. If I didn't trust him, I certainly wouldn't have gone to him, and I wouldn't be telling you about him. But he is an honorable man, and that's a rare find these days.
Like, seriously, it was just like, no bad energy with him.
No.
Like, I only met him for a brief moment. Mm-hmm. Well, met him through Zoom for a brief moment. But it's just, his energy's just...
He is just
good.
As down to earth, and that's what you need. That's what we all need right now. Mm-hmm. And that's what, when you watch his web channel, when he does, like, he's got, like, the certain days that it's almost like a forecast. I told him, I said, when I listen to you, it's basically whether to take my umbrella or not. It gives me a basis. It's like, oh, okay, this is going on today. This is going on today. It's no different than me listening to a meteorologist.
Yeah. Yeah. It's no different.
Yeah.
For some reason, people just think like, oh, this also has to do with spiritual stuff. This is woo-woo.
It's
because
not.
this is this.
There's
but
some woo-woo out there, but it has nothing to do with this.
No.
Not on this. Not with this individual.
Nope. He actually knows his shit. He knows how to do it.
He is a very knowledgeable person about many things.
And most of all, he has brought you clarity, and that is the most important thing. Like, seriously.
Yeah, he brought me peace of mind.
Yeah.
And like I said, that encouragement which I needed.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. And that he's a blessing.
And may God bless him abundantly.
Mm-hmm.
Final thoughts?
I think that's it. To check out Robert Phoenix.
Yeah. So, and I'll put the link to his thing that he does here on the YouTubes.
He also invited you on his podcast.
At some point, he said that we'd talk about that. So,
I think that's awesome.
Well,
I think
that'd be interesting.
That's worth talking about.
To show the Mountain Goth face.
Yeah. Camera's gonna be on soon.
It's because I'm just animated.
Yeah.
Cartoon character.
You got the voice. The voice doesn't do it. Like it does some, but you got to get the whole package with this.
He just liked it because I had the mug that Kid had got me that says "Fresh out of Fucks." It was appropriate.
Yeah.
If you've had experiences with paranormal, supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, you can send me an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com, and that'll be in the description box, plus the links that I told you about.
Yeah, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, most of all, subscribe. Thank you all. Have a good.
Know that you're loved.
Mm-hmm.
And each of you be encouraged. No matter what you're going through, there is hope. Where there is life, there is hope.
Yep.
And I will tell you this.
There's always hope.
If you need prayer, send me an email. That is something we can do, is pray for you, and we will.
Yeah.
And you all are loved.
Mm-hmm.
And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cut.
Yeah.
Bye.